day 1 of 5 12-hour night shifts. I'm a 911 dispatcher. We're an hour into the shift, but technically this is what I look like at the beginning of the night. And it's a full moon, so I'm not looking forward to this. Already been a little bit busier than most Wednesday nights are. There's a brush fire going on, and we've had people call about like people soliciting, like pest control companies coming to solicit at their house. See you guys in 12 hours. All right, this is me after my first 12-hour night shift of the week. It was a pretty steady night for Wednesday, probably because of the full moon. There was a lot of people just off their rockers. I got up at 7. It's 7:30 now. I'm gonna go run home and relieve my husband, who goes to work at 8, because I have to take the kids to school, and then I'll try to go home and get some sleep. All right, before the start of my second 12-hour shift, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to be at work right now. I had kind of a little bit of a fight with my husband right before I left, and so it just sucks, like, having to go and leave things unresolved. But here I am, and yeah, this is the look today. I've got colorful eyeshadow to match my pants. These are the Abercrombie pants that were really popular last year. All right, I really hope it's not that crazy tonight, but here we go. Right, this is me after my second 12-hour night shift. I didn't sleep very well yesterday because my daughter stayed home sick with me, and so I had to keep, checking on her. Yeah, last night wasn't too bad as far as calls go. Me and my coworker were watching this new Anne of Green Gables anime, and that was actually really fun. And then after that ended, we put on the original Anne of Green Gables movie, so that was a good time. All right, day 3. This is how I'm looking before my shift. I woke up with the worst headache ever, but thankfully I'm starting to feel a little bit better with some Tylenol. Packed my lunchbox. Oh my gosh, I just got this lunchbox in. They were having a sale, so I decided it was time to get a lunchbox. Forgetting my keyboard and my headset at home. So I've been using the spare headset and the spare keyboard, and I hate using them. I love my normal stuff so much better. All right, end of day 3. Tonight was so weird, you guys. It was bizarre. After our third left 11 p.m., me and my coworker got the weirdest set of calls. We had these 2 cars found at different locations in this one area of town, found on the side of the road. It looked like they were possibly involved in an accident. Spawners get there, find that there's no one there, of course. There is airbag deployment with one of the vehicles. In between these 2 accidents, get a call from some other person in that same area of town saying something about an accident, not making sense, and he just kept telling her, like, no, I'm not going to give you my location. I don't know where I am. There are other people in the house arguing with him. Just turned into like this weird, suspicious, domestic. I had one guy call 911 at 2 a.m. saying that he was scammed online, and I was just thinking, why are we calling 911 for this? So I said, I'm so excited to go home and to sleep. I don't have to take my kids to school today because it's Saturday. All right, happy Saturday. This is day 4, my 12-hour night shifts. We went with purple eyeshadow today to match my leggings. I'm going to try to go to the gym after work tomorrow before I go to church. Tomorrow's going to be a really long day because it's going to be getting off of work, going to the gym, going to early service, going to second service because I'm going to be helping in the children's ministry, and then trying to get maybe like 5 hours of sleep and then going straight back to work. So my husband is bringing me Taco Bell, so I'm super excited. All right, end of night 4. Still have to be awake for another 5 to 6 hours. I'm not going to go to the gym because I did do a few dumbbell exercises last night and I walked on the walking pad. Plus I totally forgot it was Father's Day, so I have to run to the store, grab my husband and my grandpa a Father's Day card. It was pretty steady the first few hours, and then suddenly after our third left again, it was like really busy again, like right at midnight. We got like an influx of like 5 to 7 calls all at the same time. My coworker was taking a call that started out as a seizure, and so I was paging it out. It turned into a potential cardiac arrest, so she was giving CPR instructions. So then I'm retoning additional manpower for CPR. And then as I'm retoning, it's just me and her. The phone rings, 911, so I have to answer the 911 line while I'm paging. And then additional calls kept coming in, so I'm having to put this call on hold, which ended up, it was a prowler that had just occurred. Dispatching out the prowler, I'm answering radio traffic for the CPR. Oh, and after all that, a guy decided that he should call and ask if it was legal for a cop to enter his neighborhood with lights and sirens on. People, you guys. Anyway, see you tonight for day 5. Okay, this is day 5. Clearly you can tell this is day 5, but I'm not wearing any makeup. Grabbed myself a coffee and a sandwich because I didn't have any time to prep dinner. I got 4.5 hours of sleep. Let's do this. One more night. I'm done, you guys. It's not the most I've done at a time. I will be having 2 days off and then coming back for another 5 night shifts in a row. It was a pretty slow night. And actually I had a follower transfer a call to me and she told me about it after on TikTok. So that was kind of cool. If you guys like this type of content, and I will do it again.